So you've heard us often. We know you have. We've called you here on many occasions. So let's go from here.
Last time we spoke, a few months ago, you said this most amazing shifting thing. Do you often get offended by ease? And I realized, oh my gosh, I've been getting less and less and less and less offended by ease.
Well, the reason we say that to you, and the reason we said it to you then, is because so many people are offended by the words path of least resistance, because they believe in struggle and hardship, not even understanding that the harder they work, the more they block their own path of reception, because that struggle is pushing against something. And when you get all tense and pushing against something, you're not letting it in.
And then a few days after, I had a moment of connecting the dots with ease. So I've been...
Because step 1 is ask, step 2 is source answers, step 3 is let it in. And doesn't that imply ease? Step 3 isn't work really hard and prove your worthiness, and if you're good enough, someone outside of you will make the decision about whether you get it or not, and then the council will gather, and there will be those on your side and those not on your side, and the odds are you're not going to get it, but try really hard anyway, and if you don't get it this time, stay with it. Never give up, never give up, never give up, never give up. Yeah, that's the way most people are approaching life experience. So meanwhile, all this good stuff's piled up in your vortex. Not a problem. It's yours. Nobody else is going to get it. Your inner being is happily giving attention to it, but it's yours for any time you decide to let yourself let it in. Kind of got to love yourself to do that. Kind of got to feel good about yourself to do that. And you can't be mad at anybody else to do that either. We know you think they deserve your wrath. The other day, Esther said to us, Abraham, I know that you want me to give that person the benefit of the doubt. And we said, Esther, you're the one who receives the benefit. When you stop doubting, when you stop pushing against, even when there's evidence of their hindering nature, even when there's evidence of them not caring about something, it doesn't matter. The world is full of things to appreciate and things to not like so much. And when you choose the things that you don't like and you push against it, you're the one that's blocking the flow for you and for the subject of your attention.
What a great way to connect those dots. I said this will be the cruise of ease. I've used cruises, that's what we were doing mostly, for various reasons. Sometimes it's not really all fully about ease. Sometimes it's about creation.
It's not exactly ease. There's all those requirements and those shots that most people didn't want to get, and then there was the COVID testing that happened, and then there's getting on an airplane and flying until you think you're going to die in your seat, and then there's the long line at check-in, and then there, in other words, there's plenty that you've got to adjust to. What is ease? Is ease nothing to do? Is ease absence of action? Is ease never standing in a line? Is ease never meeting a requirement that someone else has established that you don't even agree with? Is that ease? How do you find ease in that?
Yesterday the word popped up, and I've seen it for the very first time in this way, and it was very obvious, but it was not obvious. The word effortless. Effortless doesn't mean no effort. It means less effort. Not trying to eliminate all action and all effort, but finding ease.
So you've set us up perfectly. We don't say path of no resistance either. We say path of least resistance for the same reason. And get ready, friends, because we're going to lay one on you right now. That's important for you to hear. Whether you accept it or not, it's just a law of the universe. You're always going to have a disappointment factor from where you stand in relationship to what's in your vortex, because there's always going to be more than you have currently let in. Because as fast as you accomplish this new creation, whatever it is, you also accomplish a new set of contrasting experiences that causes you to launch more rockets of desire, because you are eternally creating more. So there will always be somewhat of a gap. So when we say find the path of least resistance, we really mean find a way to get yourself as best as you can right now into the state of allowing as much of what you're wanting as you can. If you could feel the way your inner beings feel about you in all moments, that would be easy for you to do. But you've been raised in an environment that's been trying to get you to do things you don't want to do for so long that you associate any disappointment with failing to accomplish something, and then you don't let yourself feel worthy or feel blessed. And that's the piece that we most want to help you with during this conversation today, to help you with your point of attraction be really fine with where you are. Where you are has got to be all right with you, because it's what you've allowed so far. Is it all that you will ever allow? No. But if you're upset with yourself about only having allowed this, then you don't let anything else in. If you're understanding about life, an understanding that you are all different, and you stop trying to make some standards by which everyone should apply their life experience, and you let the only standard that matters to you be the relationship between your inner being's awareness of where you are right now and your own. Your emotional balance is your work. And once you've got that, people will look at you and say, how do you do that? You say, I mostly feel good. How do you do that? I care about feeling good. Well, I do too, but I don't mostly feel good. Well, I work at it. Well, I would too if I know what to do. So here you've brought us to this next important point that is in the way that doesn't have to be. We're just going to enjoy it for a minute, because once we tell you, you won't understand it and it could mess up the room. But you're defensive. You've had so many people say, really? That you feel like you have to explain why you're where you are. And here's why. Here's why. The source energy you, that inner being you, coming in and still knows for sure the goodness, the worthiness, the rightness of you, no matter what. So when something's going on in your life and you feel that negative emotion, which indicates the tension between you and you, at deep, deep levels of your being, you know something is out of balance. And then you open your mouth, we love you so much, to try to explain why it's out of balance. Well, it was my mother. She was that way about so many things, and that teacher that I had, and that coach that I had, and the government, and. There are so many things to point to, and the reason that you can find them is because they're the things that light up in a strong, painful way when you look at them, so they feel like they are what's in the way, and they may be the subject that's active in you when you're in the way. But it is you that is in the way, not any of those things. And doesn't have to be. You can become an advocate for wanted without being a protester of what's not wanted. You can be a yeser. This universe that you live in is attraction-based. There's no such thing as no in this vibrational universe. So when you shout no at something, you're actually shouting yes at the thing you do not want. When you say, yes, come to me, it'll come. When you say, don't you dare, it comes too. Because your attention is on it. You're active on it. You're trending about it. The law of attraction is not making judgment about anything, just answering what you're offering vibrationally. Oh, so good to know. And it won't be difficult for you to sort this out as you're moving forward, because you've got some things that are freshly active in your mind right now. We want to ignite within you an awareness of the importance of your point of attraction, because it's everything. It's all you. It's all you. It's not your ex-husband. It's not any of the terrible things that are happening on the planet today. It's not that. It's your attention to something that you're pushing against that causes you to be trending toward the problem instead of trending toward the solution. Do you know that satisfaction comes from only one place? Satisfaction comes when you are moving in the direction of your desire. say it better, when you're moving in the direction of the desire that you have launched, that the law of attraction has gathered the cooperative components, and that your inner being is focused unequivocally in an undivided way upon. It's a big deal. It's a big deal when you split your energy by going against yourself, because you created this vibrational reality. It's so real and it's so big, and it's so going to be yours mostly when you croak, because most people don't let it in until then. So real and so yours that we gave it a name. We call it the vortex. Esther found the word because it was descriptive of the way the law of attraction is gathering the cooperative components, and the synergy of that energy holds it there for you. It's yours. You just have to find a way to love it into your life. By loving that and that and that and that, by liking that and that and that and that, by appreciating that and that and that and that, by basking, by ease, by releasing tension every chance you get, by making lists of positive aspects, trending into rampages of appreciation about things until you get this habit of, the other day something happened, doesn't matter what, stuff happens. And Esther was really feeling sorry for herself. And she said, oh my gosh, I'm acting like a victim. That'll get me nowhere. That'll get me nothing that I want. No help can come to a victim feeling person, because the victim feeling person has everything blocked. And we don't blame you, victim feeling person, when you feel defensive about stuff not coming in. You see other people offering no effort whatsoever. People not offering any effort thriving. You got to be kidding. They're offering no effort and they're thriving, and I'm working so hard, victim. The law of attraction is consistent. And once you get the hang of how it works, and you get control of how you feel, then you'll be one of the hated few who gets everything you want. By using attention and vibration and understanding and the leverage of the way the laws of the universe work. There's hardly anyone who deliberately defies the law of gravity, unless you've trended into a contraption that can support your intention. But you just don't jump off cliffs and say, let me be the one. You don't do that. And the law of attraction is like that too. The law of attraction is not going to let you be the one exception. You've got to understand it. And someone says, I'm working the law of attraction. We said, well, really the law of attraction is working you. In other words, it's just doing its thing. You got to merge in. Yeah.
I love you on fire and feeling easy like a Sunday morning. The best conversation ever.
Really, we agree. We agree.